What's up, guys? Welcome back to the 4th episode of S&K Against the World. Today, I am pleased to welcome on our next guest, Madden.
Thank you, Spencer. I appreciate you inviting me on.
Happy to have you.
Yeah.
Once again, S&K Against the World podcast. Caden, unfortunately, in China.
Yeah.
So that's why he's not here. He's not going to be on for a few episodes.
When did you get back?
I believe around August 8th, because that's his birthday. He's traveling on his birthday. I mean,
okay.
Not so good, but, you know, what are you going to do? So I got a couple things to talk about.
I have a couple questions for you, too.
Yeah, I'm excited. I heard about that. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear about that. So just the first kind of stuff I want to discuss, just get to know about you.
Yeah.
So with some research, I realized... found out you have a job at pizza place. Is that correct?
Red Tomato
Pie. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I work at a RTP, Red Tomato Pie in Kamloops. There's quite a few. It's a good gig. I like that job. Mm-hmm. I get paid tips. Personally, I don't think I should get paid tips because I kind of just like make pizzas and I don't like serve or anything. But like I make good money for what I do. I think.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm pretty happy with how much I make there.
Yeah. So you work in a pizza place, so you got to know a lot about pizza. So I'm just curious to know, what's your favorite pizza of all time?
Okay, people, you know my favorite pizza, and people don't like my favorite pizza when I say it. So I'll name all the ingredients, called the Cubano, and I'll name it backwards from, I would say, the most reasonable ingredients to the worst ingredients. So obviously you have your traditional crust, and then you have mozzarella cheese, and then you have salami and ham. Don't like salami or ham?
Well, I mean, I like ham. I mean, salami.
Okay, and then you get to pulled pork.
Pulled pork. I had that for dinner tonight, actually.
And then here's the kicker: pickles.
Pickles. Wow, that's
mustard.
Niche. Wow.
It's the pickle mustard pizza.
Pickle mustard
and it's
pizza.
Really good. It's based off like an actual sandwich called the Cubano.
Yeah.
And it's my favorite.
Yeah. That's definitely a niche pizza.
It's a very niche pizza.
So just happy to talk about some pizza. It's making me hungry. I just had dinner.
What's your favorite pizza?
Favorite pizza? Well, you might hate me for this because it's a bit basic, but I've always loved barbecue chicken.
That's not bad.
Yeah. Well, it's not cheese. It used to be cheese, but...
and then you started eating meat.
I started eating meat. I was vegetarian for a while. But I started eating meat, and I'm glad I did. I mean, I just love a barbecue chicken pizza.
So
for sure.
you started eating meat to get bigger, correct? For the gym?
Yes,
because you found it was hard, like just eating tofu.
Yeah, and also everyone says being a vegetarian is healthy, but it's really I don't think it was much healthier than eating with a regular diet. You know.
I see.
Yeah.
Do you think you've gotten much bigger from?
I think so. It's definitely helped me hit my protein goals instead of having to eat like tofu and like a lot of eggs. Now I can just eat meat, and it's a lot quicker and easier to hit my protein.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Congratulations, recent high school graduate.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk anything about your plans for
after high school?
Post-secondary education?
Yeah, my plans are I am going to leave Kamloops and I'm going to be going to Vancouver. I'm going to be going to UBC for their business program. And those are my plans. My other plan was to go to Knutsford and become a monk because there's a monk monastery out in Knutsford.
Really?
That was, but I just don't think career-wise it sets me behind a bit. So maybe sometime I'll find in the summer I'll do like a week-long monk thing in Knutsford instead of having to like travel to India or China to be a monk for a year. So but like my career goals are I'm gonna go to UBC for business.
Yeah, and I actually knew you wanted to become a monk. I have that written right here. It's one of the things I want to talk about. So I guess we can get into that right now.
Sure.
Do you think the monks in Knutsford are the same level of monkness as the ones in India or China, or do you think they're more westernized monks?
So. Tell me if I'm wrong. I think the monks, because Knutsford is a farm area, correct?
Yeah, I believe
so they're probably like. See, I think like monks are like farmers, right? Like I think in China and stuff, they do a lot of monotonous tasks. Okay, I read a book. This is what made me interested in monks by Jay Shetty called "Think Like a Monk," and in that book he talks about how monotonous tasks are good for you, and it makes you like. It just kind of not only disciplines you, but it makes you grateful for the things around you, and you're like, there's a reason for me to be doing this. And one of them is like cleaning cow shit. So I think like monks live on farms and stuff. I'm not too sure, but they're definitely not like fighter monks. Like they don't do like some crazy karate.
Not the fun ninja ones.
No, not the cool ninja ones.
The Zen.
That's what I wouldn't mind being Zen, but I also I think fighting with a bow staff would be pretty cool.
That's true.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone's saying that being a crazy martial artist is lame or anything like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Very interesting. Okay, one more point kind of about you and your life.
Yeah.
You're a big music guy. You enjoy music for sure, right? Do you want to talk about favorite genres of music, maybe
God.
favorite artists?
Okay, so my favorite artist is... See, I don't listen to music. Like, my favorite artist, like, I could say, like, I like Bruno Mars. I can name, like, 5 Bruno Mars songs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I listen to a bunch of different bands and stuff. I'm not a diehard music listener, nor am I loyal to one band or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I really like jazz music, and I like Charles Mingus a lot.
Charles Mingus.
That's personally what I like a lot. I don't know, when it comes to bands, I listen to some, like, metal things. I don't, like, hate Avenged Sevenfold.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hate Pantera. This is like what all my other friends kind of put me on. I do like a lot of pop though. I like Ariana Grande and I like Doja Cat.
Mm-hmm. What about Rihanna? You like Rihanna?
I like her song Umbrella. I think
that's my karaoke song. That's my favorite song for sure.
I'm more of a I enjoy playing music and I enjoy the like theory and the art behind music.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I never just listen to I just don't have headphones, so like I only listen to music in my car.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. You play quite a few instruments.
A few. Okay. So like when you say I play, like there's really that I can play. Like you can like be like, hey Madden, I want to play music with you, and I want you to play something that you're reliable at. It's trumpet and it's drums.
Mm-hmm.
Trumpet I just played because of school band. I don't hate trumpet. It's not amazing, but it's fun. Drums is my favorite, and I could play like jazz drums, I could play rock drums, I could do like whatever. Those are like my reliable instruments. I am not afraid to perform. And then there's like I can kind of play trombone. I know some songs on guitar, I know some chords, I know some bass licks. I played tuba one year for our concert, and that was actually the most fun instrument I've ever played.
Really?
Tuba. Because it's like, yeah, I don't know, it's just something about like tuba like being the most powerful in the band, and like you like lift everything up. It was fun. It was and like especially when you had like the goofy songs. I really like tuba.
Mm-hmm.
But so really I would say I only play 2 instruments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So drums. I'm quite interested in drums actually. I play guitar just a little bit. I'm not great or anything. I play when I'm bored. I know a couple chords, couple riffs, but nothing special. But I feel like, and I don't know, my music knowledge isn't great. But I feel like drums sound pretty good when you're playing by yourself. Like they have the rhythm, and I mean I guess it's similar with guitar, but I feel like guitar feels emptier to play by yourself, like without a backing track or anything. I feel like drums, like you could just play drums for a while and it would sound like natural. But I feel like it's not quite the same with guitar or any other non-percussion instrument.
I feel like drums. Yeah, I could totally see that. When I like see bands, what I've been told, any genre of music, when it comes to bands, the 2 things that you have to have is bass and drums.
Mm-hmm.
And after you have bass and drums, you could add guitar, you could add vocals, you could have bass drum saxophone, you could have bass drum trumpet, you could have bass drum piano, but bass and drums are your heart and your soul. And it's like those are the 2 things you need, and that's going to complete everything. Mm-hmm. That's what I've been told about music. Yeah. And then like you can like having like that's and even like bass can be like coming from not just the bass guitar. It could be coming from like a trombone, it could be coming from a tuba, it could be coming from like a baritone sax. Yeah. And then you have your drums could be any percussion, it could be a box drum or something like that. But I totally see what you're saying there with how it feels about.
Yeah, I kind of want to get into drums. I mean, I can't afford a drum set.
That's the biggest thing is
they're
that
pretty expensive.
Even most hobbies, that kind of just sucks about hobbies is everything's expensive.
Yeah, this economy, but especially for drums, because I feel like a cheap like guitar could be like $150, $200 bucks, but like a cheap drum set is like $500, like for the cheapest one.
My cheap E-kit, like it's a very common starter E-kit, like a Lasis Nitro. $600 I got it for along McQuaid, and you can finance it, whatever. What my drum kit is the equivalent price of like one good cymbal. Like if you get an acoustic proper kit, getting everything, it's really expensive. Yeah, that's where it's like that's so like I also really like my E-kit because I can like hook up my phone to it and I can play along with songs. It's good for practicing. It's not loud, doesn't bug anyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's not quite the same as an acoustic kit, but there's a lot of similarities.
Yeah. And if I were to eventually get into drums, I would definitely get an electronic kit for sure.
Yeah.
For price and so I don't wake my neighbors and my family up. Maybe one day I'll get into it, but I gotta get my money up first, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Can't really justify a $600 purchase if I don't know for sure that I'm gonna be into it in like a couple months.
That's a good mindset. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. Maybe one day.
One day.
Okay, so I know on this podcast we've talked a lot about the Junior Bacon Cheeseburger.
Okay. I had a feeling this was coming up.
It's been a reoccurring theme in most episodes, that's for sure. But I'm just wondering, what's your record, JBC record? How many have you had in one
sitting? 4.
4.
Now this is like I'm not attempting to have a bunch. Like my average is 2 or 3. When I've 4 is like the max. I think maybe I think 4 is the most I've had. 4 is the most I've ever seen someone eat casually. I've never actually seen someone eat 5 or 6.
So here's the thing. I mean, I've mentioned it before. I had 4 JBCs once, and it wasn't hard. I'll say that. I was pretty hungry going in, but I had 4. Wish I ordered 5. Looking back, hindsight's 2020. I should have went back up because I was eating in. I was at the Wendy's. I could have just gone right back up and ordered that 5th JBC because I feel like 4 is, like you said, the casual number, but 5 is when you're pushing it into competitive territory. So I wish I got past that skill barrier, which I believe I definitely could have because 4 went down like nothing, you know.
Yeah.
So maybe next time I'm super hungry, I'm around Wendy's, I'll go for that 5th, maybe even 6th JBC.
When did you learn about JBCs? This hasn't always been a thing.
No, I mean I'm actually pretty new to the JBC community. Probably about a month ago I had my first one, maybe even less, 3 weeks.
Okay.
Not probably about a month. Before I went to Vancouver. So yeah, about a month ago.
When I found out, I never knew. Like I'm obviously like I'm young, just like new driver. I haven't had my license very long, so now driving around and going to fast food places is more common for me. I go after work and stuff like that. I never knew like they had value meals. Like now a DQ has like the $10 meal. It was like I remember I was like going out lunch with my friends. We went to Wendy's. I didn't know about JBCs. I didn't know they have like $3 burgers, and then I don't know McDonald's have their $5 whatever thing. So yeah, no, I'm new to it too. I'm definitely new, but I think there's probably some really experienced people in the JBC community, some seniors, a part of that have probably reached that 5 or 6 kind of level.
Yeah, and anyone who thinks they have maybe a world record, national record, please reach out to me. SpencerMDick@gmail.com is my email address. I'd love to hear from you. If you can provide a video of you crushing 12, 13 JBCs, I would just be so impressed. I'd love to have you on the podcast to talk about it. That's definitely something.
Big name. That's a big name to have,
very interesting. Yeah, JBC national record holder, let alone world record holder. That would be incredible. And you mentioned people are getting their license. Fast food is becoming more common. Is this a problem?
Oh, okay. Now we're getting to some meaty questions now. I think there's a lot of us are growing boys, and I think it's okay to be going out for fast food, but like now that we have, I think what's worse is DoorDash. I think that's a lot worse than having your license and going and driving somewhere getting food. I think if you're DoorDashing food, that's when you're starting to get a bit fat. I don't know, it's like it makes you more independent, but that's kind of the thing is like what's the Spider-Man thing, with great power comes great responsibility. I feel like now like that's like the big, if you have money and you have a car, you have to be and you have time. Those are the 3: money, car, and time. I think for a teenager, now you have to start watching yourself.
That's when
now
it's dangerous.
You have all the time in the world to go drive anywhere and waste your money. So I don't know. I think honestly, my life has gone a bit downhill now that I have more access to fast food. Like my parents used to budget me when I'd go get food. They're like, no, we're not getting 7 desserts. No, you're getting 1 meal, and that's good for you. And that is good for me. And now I'm like sitting there and I'm like trying to think how much food I could get. And I always supersize and get the biggest stuff, and I'll get a Blizzard on the side. And like that's now I'm starting to realize like this isn't just cheaper, but it's also just healthy. Like my health has been going down.
Yeah, me too. And matter of fact, I don't even have my driver's license on my own due to some unforeseen circumstances. I can't drive
Keeps
on
getting
my own
pushed
yet.
back, hey?
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. But even when I'm riding with my friends, they're always stopping to get meals,
Yeah.
and it's been like every day this summer. I have all the time in the world, and I've just been eating fast food every day, and it's something I really want to work on.
Such an easy
And,
thing to do too is just call up a friend and be like, "Hey, let's get food." Instead of like, "Hey, come over and just sit and scroll in my house." You can just go like, "Let's go get food."
Mm-hmm.
So like, and I actually think every time I go out with someone, we stop somewhere, we grab food.
Yeah, it's a key pastime. I mean, not much else to do these days, unfortunately.
Especially Kamloops. Kamloops is. I never really got when people were like, "Oh, Kamloops is kind of boring." I'm like, no, I think Kamloops is fine, but like, Kamloops is a bit boring. There's not too much to do.
Yeah, I mean, when I was younger, I would never think Kamloops was
Yeah.
boring. They had the arcade Fun Factor, the trampoline park. They had like playgrounds all over, stuff like that. But now that I'm older, more mature, not super interested in those types of things anymore. I just there's not a lot to do other than eat and go sit in a parking lot for hours.
Yeah.
You know.
I do like the events they put on in Riverside. I like
Yeah.
the watch parties, and I like the music in the park.
That's
think
pretty
that's
awesome.
nice.
I haven't been to Music in the Park this year. It's something I should probably get around to because I've been in the past, and it's always super exciting to see local talent
Yeah.
and gather as a community like that. For sure. And just this talk about supersizing and getting fast food all the time made me realize something that happened yesterday. I was at 7-Eleven, and I succumbed to greed, unfortunately. I was getting a Slurpee, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll just get a small Slurpee, because I'm not hungry, I'm not really, I just wanted to get something, and I saw a sign that said, any Slurpee, $2.50.
That's crazy.
I got the largest size, I couldn't finish it.
That's how they get you.
Yeah.
I think that's ridiculous. I actually think that's like very disgusting that 7-Eleven gives away practically free Slurpees.
Yeah.
I think it's insane.
Yeah.
I think it's like they just want to promote obesity. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
That's one thing I don't like that 7-Eleven does.
Yes. I mean, a Slurpee's good once in a while, but
I went to 7-Eleven today, and there's not just like, there's the biggest size, there's like whatever, the biggest size. Big Gulp? Or is that for a drink?
Big Gulp, I think, is the soda, and then
Okay.
Slurpee.
Slurpee, yeah.
Big Slurpee, something, I don't know.
There was a plastic cup.
Oh,
if you go in
I know
this
where
long,
this is going. Yeah,
Like
it's the
this
long
long.
one.
I see two people right outside, they're just drinking on that.
That's just,
And I'm like, this is ridiculous.
That's just ridiculous.
It
yeah.
is.
And I mean, Slurpee can't cost that much to make. So they're probably turning a profit even when serving the huge ones.
Yeah,
It's probably-
No, it's definitely, yeah.
It's definitely cheap to make. I mean, a large Slurpee, how much do you think that cost them?
I couldn't tell you.
materials?
Honestly, this stuff I don't know. I don't know how much the syrup costs, and there's no labor cost, obviously. Like,
Yeah, you're pouring it yourself.
It's so cheap.
Mhm.
It's just like a money machine. It's a money printing machine whenever someone comes in there. But I
Exactly.
definitely think it's ridiculous that it's like the same price for every size, because it's just promoting like.
Yeah, people to be greedy, and I couldn't
know.
finish it. Usually, I try my best not to waste food. I'll like give it away if I can't finish my meal or something.
Very UNESCO of you.
Yeah, thank
Yes.
you. But yeah, I think I actually just left it in my buddy's car. Unfortunately, just probably a third or a quarter of it, and it's just greedy. I fell for their trick, and I feel bad. So next time I'm there, I am going to go with the small size, no matter how much the big one costs. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a learning moment for me. You mentioned you had some questions you want to ask me.
Sure.
I think we could pivot and we could get that done now.
So, with this podcast, you just suddenly, like, I remember one day you're like, yeah, I'm recording a podcast with Caden.
Mhm.
What is your inspiration? Like, are you looking to is your future in this podcast, are you looking for, like, a Joe Rogan kind of thing? Or are you doing one of those podcasts where it's, like, you see on the TikTok clips and they, like, play games with, like, wavelength and stuff? Or is it one of those podcasts, like, are you trying to interview, trying to get bigger people, interview them? Well, what are you looking at for this? What's the future looking like?
So, I don't actually consume many podcasts myself.
Okay.
I've tuned into Joe Rogan a couple times.
Yeah.
It's been a little interesting for me, but really depends on the guest. Like I
honestly, I'm not big on Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
I tried it. I didn't care for it.
I just tried it for the hype. It's like the biggest podcast. I thought, oh, it's got to be so good. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's something to have on, but definitely it's not that intriguing to me. Maton Evan, He has about somewhat of a comedy podcast.
Okay, yeah, there's those kind of things.
I enjoy watching that, but that's not really the direction I want to take this podcast. Yeah. I'm taking this podcast in kind of its own direction. I mean, I am interested in interviewing bigger and bigger people. I mean,
like you want to get Scootin' the Loops in this chair.
I would love
right?
Scootin' the Loops in this chair. Yeah. Heavy J, I mentioned on the first episode. I want those guys interviewed. Yeah, I just want to get bigger and bigger guests. Maybe one day I will interview the King of England. Maybe. That's my goal.
I'm the biggest right now, though.
I think so. Valedictorian. Oh, yes. Yes. Mm-hmm. Definitely the biggest I've had on so far, but that's subject to change in the future. Not to say that you're not special, but
no, I see.
Once the King of England's on here, maybe the Pope. I'll have the Pope on.
That would be nice.
We'll talk.
Who would you not? What big figure would you not have?
I'm not going to name any names, but there's some controversial political figures in the world right now. I'm sure you guys can imagine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want anyone super controversial. Maybe a little controversial. I mean, no one's going to please everybody, but I don't want people that are widely seen as evil.
That's true. Who's widely seen as evil?
Well, I'm not going to name names.
Yeah, okay.
For privacy reasons.
Not a political podcast.
No, I don't want it to get super political.
I see.
I mean, the King of England, that's a different thing.
That's true, yeah.
I'll draw the line at the king.
Yeah.
No controversial politicians.
I have another question for you now.
Yep.
Is you are going into grade 12.
I am.
Right? So
Senior
this is your last year. And so I'm wondering I think, if you didn't know, me and Spencer are both a part of our UNESCO club, and it's given us a lot of great opportunities. For example, we got to go to Ottawa together. And so how do you feel about, what are your plans for grade 12? Are you planning for, big positions? Are you looking at valedictorian? Do you want to make that public and be like, hey, start kind of campaigning? Are you looking at trying to get more initiative in UNESCO? I know you're the face, you're not the face of West Side, but you are the face of the
social media.
Of the social media.
Yeah.
People know you. I've had people, relationships, whatever, that lead back to you and they're like, hey, my cousin knows Spencer because they see these videos. And they've told me that.
Nice. Yeah, it's quite shocking to me how those social media posts have gone so far. I've been to citywide parties with people not at Westside, going to other secondary schools, and they recognize me. They're like, "Hey, that's the guy from." A lot of
high schoolers know you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And now you're the biggest. You're the biggest fish in the sea. You're the grade 12 king of school.
Yeah. It's great. I love being a positive influence on people in our community, and that's also something I want to do with this podcast. Circling back to valedictorian, I've thought about it.
Yeah.
I've talked to some people. I haven't come to the decision here or there if I'm going to run or not, but I've considered it. I'm still thinking about it. Yeah, I got time. I'm thinking about it for sure. Yeah.
I see it. Mm-hmm. Those were my questions for you.
Those are my questions
about this podcast, about your future. I think. Did you start this podcast also with what was your intentions of starting this podcast?
Well, I love having conversations with people.
Sure, yeah, you do.
And if I can film it and get that out there, and maybe entertain some people, spread some positivity in our community. At first, when I started, I wanted it to be the West Side podcast.
Okay.
Or something like that. But now I'm thinking bigger. I already have the West Side social media. I'm thinking worldwide podcast.
When you say West Side, you mean West Side Secondary?
Well, just the community in general. So I mean, the secondary school, but also just people living in West Side or Kamloops or that sort of thing.
I see.
But now I'm shooting bigger. I'm fixing to have maybe some guests from other cities.
Yeah.
Perhaps other provinces one day.
Yeah.
On.
I heard you wanted to get Snake on your podcast, or Snake wanted to be on your podcast.
Yeah, and I want Snake on my podcast. Yeah. I would love to have him.
I don't know when he's leaving, but I think time's ticking.
Yeah, I better make some calls for sure. Send some emails. But yeah, I would love to have Snake on. Talk the gym. That's what he said in the comments of one of my TikTok posts.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, recently hit 100 followers on my TikTok.
Oh wow, that's after 4 episodes.
That's triple digits. Yeah, 3 episodes actually. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. This is the 4th right now. That's impressive.
And now I've even shot up to that 120 mark. So I'm just growing and growing at this rate. Wow. I'll have 200 by the end of the month.
Wow.
That'd be amazing.
That's fast. That would be amazing. That's a big. You
growing,
might be the size of what, Heavy J.
Heavy J.
Scooting the Loops.
Scooting the Loops. I don't know how many followers they have, but
they
I would love. Yeah, I would love to get up there. That's why I'm just making episodes, pumping those episodes.
And that's what they did. They just started making episodes.
Yeah.
They just started pumping out content.
And I mean, especially Heavy J. I've noticed his videos often follow the same format. It's King of Kamloops, how the King of Kamloops does X, Y, Z activity, and it's easy to make those because he does anything really, and just films them. But I think that might be the method.
He makes music too.
Yeah, he does. That's his whole platform.
Are you looking at more music?
Yeah, I'm
music in the future.
I'm looking to make more music in the future. Heavy J, if I have him on the podcast, maybe we'll discuss some things like that.
Is your podcast now bigger than your Spotify?
No,
well, really.
Actually, it's a little different. You can't really compare the two exactly.
Okay.
But monthly listeners versus followers, my podcast is bigger.
How many followers is your?
Monthly listeners on my Spotify, I think, is 30 or 40 right now. But at one point, it was over 1,000. Okay. I got picked up by the Spotify algorithm and shared.
Was that after which song? Dubai?
No, that would have been Street Symphony.
Okay, that was a big one. One.
That's my biggest song. It's my favorite song I've ever made.
I love really, I hear everyone blasting Project Dubai.
Yeah.
I don't hear as much Street Symphony.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, Project Dubai is more recent.
That's true.
It's fresher.
That's true.
Street Symphony came out, I think, probably 2 years ago now, maybe more. But still, I don't think I've beat Street Symphony. Project Dubai is great.
Yeah.
It's a little silly at some points in the song.
Yeah.
Street Symphony is more of a serious
Definitely,
song.
Honing in on your skills.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That's that. So, I think we could probably wrap up this episode here unless you have any other questions or things you want to say.
I'd like to thank you for allowing me to be on your podcast. I know you have a huge list. You have a huge wait list of people. So
I got ideas.
I'm glad to be one. I'm your third because Caden was on twice.
Caden was on twice. Yeah.
So this is obviously S&K. So
S&K. Yeah, Caden's going to be more of a permanent figure once he's back from China. We'll have Spencer, Caden, and then the guest.
Oh, okay, nice.
That's the plan.
Nice.
Whenever Caden can be on.
Awesome.
For sure. Big plans for this podcast. But yeah, thanks for coming on.
I appreciate it. Thanks for letting me on.
Yeah. Thank you.